Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Acti-Statin, Adena Springs, Ashford Stud, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lanes Veterinary Pharmacy, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford built Ford tough for over 60 years, Quillen Leather and Tack, Sally Horse Fence, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week featuring 10 stakes races, including another potential Kentucky Derby prospect for Hall of Fame trainer Shug McGahee. We begin with turf sprinters at Fairgrounds in the Bonaparte Stakes. Great Mills, the 5-2 favorite. John G. Dooley picks up the call.
Sum of the Parts leads the way by 3/4 of length to Great Mills. The quarter clicked off in 21 4/5 seconds. Sum of the Parts narrowly in front of Great Mills. On the outside, Hamiltonian joins. Toward the inside, Say No More, channel marker between horses. Strong Impact, Gold Cap was 4 wide quarter pole. Farther back then on the far outside to Art Test. They come down toward the final 3/16. Sum of the Parts with a 4-length edge to Great Mills fully extended. Channel marker toward the inside, Say No More. On the outside is Strong Impact. Our Test is moving up between horses too. Then Hamiltonian at Sum of the Parts and Rosie Napravnik. Sum of the Parts. Sum of the Parts to win the Bonaparte clearly from channel marker.
3-1 second choice, Sum of the Parts by Windstar Farm Stallion Speightstown. The front running winner by 2 3/4 lengths over channel marker. Rosie Napravnik up in 104-1. Winner of the last 2 runnings of the Grade 3 Phoenix Stakes, the Tom Amos trainee finished last of 12 in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. The 4-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by Farfellow Farms. It was a $75,000 yearling, turned $150,000 Barrett's March 2-year-old. Sum of the Parts has earned $761,000 for Clarovich Stables and William Lawrence. The Built Ford Tough Race of the Week, presented by Paul Miller Ford. To Aqueduct for the Gravesend Handicap. Palace, the odds-on favorite at 75 cents on the dollar. Johnny Brielle has the call.
Just 2.5 lengths, 3 lengths separating the field. The quarter went in 23-1. Abra by ahead. Strapping Groom on the outside, a second by a length and a half. Palace is in third, midway on the turn. Abra and Strapping Groom, they're right together. Palace just in behind. Then it's Broad Rule and Battier. Into the stretch, the half mile in 45 4/5 seconds. And here's Strapping Groom. Strapping Groom in front, and in front by 4 lengths. Palace moves into second, then it's Abra, Broad Rule, and Battier. Strapping Groom, much the best in the Gravesend Handicap.
8-5 second choice, Strapping Groom draws off the defeat odds on favored Palace by 6.5 lengths. Junior Alvarado up in 109-3, a 110 brisk speed rating. The Reformed Claimer captured the Grade 1 Forgo Stakes at Saratoga and was last seen finishing second to Palace in the Grade 3 Fall Highweight Handicap. The 6-year-old horse by Johannesburg was bred in Kentucky by Kinsman Farm and began his career racing for his breeder. Drawing Away Stable and trainer David Jacobson claimed the winner for $35,000 in May. Strapping Groom has earned nearly $797,000, including $593,000 off the claim. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with a new track record at Gulfstream Park coming up in the segment. We begin with turf fillies and mares at Fairgrounds in the Blushing KD Handicap. Class included the 2-1 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
4 furlongs from home, Honey Hughes continues to dictate terms to the 11-time winner, Class included. Half mile, 48 4/5 seconds as they go to the far side of the course. Honey Hughes still cutting it out from Class included, right there poised to challenge. Under 3 furlongs to go. Class included, Honey Hughes together. Just off them, Imposing Grace and Twirl. Artemis Kitten is drawn to within 4 from the front. Then Bluegrass Sapphire and Heart of Destiny is last. They've turned the corner in the Blushing KD. 3/4, 1 minute 13 4/5 seconds. Class included has taken the lead with a furlong to go. Class included with a 4-length edge. Bluegrass Sapphire is running on from Artemis Kitten, Twirl toward the rail. Then Imposing Grace, Honey Hughes dropped away. Close to home, it's Class included for Sean Bridgmahan. Bluegrass Sapphire on the outside. Class included.
The favorite, Class Included, holds off Bluegrass Sapphire by a length and 3/4. Sean Bridgemahan aboard in 1:45 4. Previously trained by Jim Penny and Dale Romans, Class Included is 2 for 2 for Ron Fouché. She returned from a 6-month layoff to post a 6-length victory in the Treasure Chest Stakes at Delta Downs. The Kentucky-bred 5-year-old mare By Include began her career racing for her breeders, Michael and Amy Furborn. Britland Stable purchased the winner privately prior to her current campaign. Class Included has earned $552,000. Next from Fairgrounds, the Buddy Diliberto Memorial Handicap on turf. King David, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's John G. Dooley.
Strong pace on. It's Adios Nardo. Adios Nardo by 3/4 of a length. Hammer's Terror right there between horses, and Marchman caught deep. A break of 6 lengths to Mr. Vegas, tracking them from 4th, Compliance Officer, 5th, Street Serenade, and 6th. Pure Tactics 7th with the fence. Then on the outside, Well-Oiled Machine, Skyring is next in formation from King David. Daddy Knows Best still second to last, and trailing still is Derby Kitten. Half mile, 46 4/5 seconds, with under 3 furlongs to go. Adios Nardo still sets the trail to the quarter pole from Marchman. Hammer's Terror under pressure, passed by Compliance Officer and Mr. Vegas too. Between horses, Pure Tactics as they turn for home, and Daddy Knows Best on the far outside. Top of the straight. 3/4 went in 1 minute 11 2/5 seconds. Down toward the final furlong. Adios Nardo clings on to this lead. Daddy Knows Best is staying on stoutly. Then Compliance Officer, Mr. Vegas, and Pure Tactics. And there goes Daddy Knows Best for David Flores with a flourish. Pulling away with aplomb. Daddy Knows Best won sweetly from Adios Nardo.
3-1 second choice, Daddy Knows Best by Ashford Stud Stallion Scat Daddy. Rallies from last to defeat long shot Adios Nardo by 3.5 lengths. David Flores aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:44 2. Winner of both the Grade 3 El Camino Real Derby and the Grade 3 Sunland Derby at 3, Daddy Knows Best was outclassed in both the Kentucky Derby and Preakness Stakes. But the Steve Asmussen trainee has found his best stride on turf this season, winning his last 4 starts, including 3 consecutive stakes. The 4-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by Patricia Ann Elia Trust. Daddy Knows Best has earned $867,000 for Kathy and Bob Zollers. The colt was consigned by Betts Thoroughbreds Incorporated to the 2010 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by the Zollers for $35,000. Multiple graded stakes winner Daddy Knows Best, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Next, the Tenacious Handicap over the main track at Fairgrounds. Grand contender of the 8-5 favorite. Again, here's John G. Dooley.
They enter the turn. 3 furlongs to go, and Prayer for Relief moved through inside a ground transport to take up the running. It's Prayer for Relief by a neck. Grand contender right there. Ground transporter slipped back to 3rd. Voodoo Storm is 4 from the front. Then Flashy Sunrise of Ford hit 469. Agent Donoso cuts the corner, and now they're at the top of the stretch. 3/4 went in 1 minute 12 2/5 seconds. In the final furlong and a half, Prayer for Relief with a 3-length lead. On the outside, Grand contender toward the rail. Ground transport running on. Then Agent Donoso, Voodoo Storm, and a Ford. It's Prayer for Relief and David Flores. Prayer for Relief. Prayer for Relief won by 6.
Prayer for Relief draws off to defeat Ground Transport officially by 6 1/4 lengths. Agent Donoso 3rd for a sweep by Keeneland Sales Graduates. David Flores, the winning jockey, in 1:43 3. A stakes double at Fairgrounds for Flores and trainer Steve Asmussen. Winner of the Grade 3 Cornhusker Handicap in June, Prayer for Relief finds a softer spot after finishing last in the Grade 1 Clark Handicap. The 5-year-old horse by Jumpstart was bred in Kentucky by G.R. Assinger and was an $80,000 Keeneland September yearling. Prayer for Relief has banked $1,580,000 for Zayat Stables. To Gulfstream Park for the Harlan's Holiday Stakes. The field included last year's winner Chaba, but the 7-5 favorite was Bourbon Courage. Larry Comas picks up the call.
Reverone heads them up the backstretch with Chaba only 3/4 of a length behind after a 47 flat half mile, and they'll enter the turn 1-2. Then Purple Egg, River 7, neck and neck inside of Bourbon Courage, and they're 6 lengths off the lead. Senor Quisqueano's not doing enough, and then Joshua's Comprise around the far turn. Rever owned by a neck, Chaba. Here's River 7, and he's strong on the far outside, and River 7 and Joe Rocco Jr. storm to the top on the far turn. They've gone to the front easily, pulling away by 2. And then leaving Chaba, Reverone, and the others reeling in behind at the top of the stretch. River 7 with a 2-length lead. Chaba trying to hang in there in second. Bourbon Courage is third as River 7 and Joe Rocco Jr. dominate the Harlan's Holiday.
12-1, River 7 defeats last year's winner Chaba by 4 lengths. Joe Rocco Jr. aboard the Keeneland Sales graduate in track record time of 1:41.3. The third consecutive stakes win for River 7, who won his last 2 on turf, including the Grade 3 Commonwealth Turf Stakes. A graded stakes winner over the Woodbine Polytrack at 2, the Nick Gonzalez trainee displays his versatility in only his second start on dirt. The 3-year-old gelding by Johannesburg was bred in Ontario by William D. Graham and was an $80,000 Keeneland September yearling. River 7 has earned nearly $622,000 for Tucci Stables. The Spendthrift Farm Share the Upside Stallion of the Week is 3-time Grade 1 winner Flat Out, North America's all-time leading earner from the AP&D sire line. New for 2014 and now available for inspection at Spendthrift. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with a maiden winner of the Riley Allison Futurity coming up in this segment. 2-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with juvenile fillies at Fairgrounds and the L'Atelier Memorial Stakes. Divine Beauty, the 8-5 favorite, John G. Dooley has the call.
They enter the turn. Closing report in front, 3 furlongs from the winning line. Closing report by 3/4 of length to Street Story. Now Divine Beauty getting up to speed. Divine Beauty's made this move on the turn to loom just in front. Street Story, closing report, cuts the corner. Tony's Holiday, and she's awfully good. They're at the top of the stretch. Half mile, 46 seconds flat. Into the final furlong and a half. Divine Beauty takes off to a 3-length lead. Street Story toward the inside. Tony's Holiday, closing report, has flattened. Then she's awfully good. Inside the final half furlong, Divine Beauty. Divine Beauty pulling away with plenty of power for Rosie Napravnik. Divine Beauty.
Favored Divine Beauty draws off to defeat Street Story by 6.5 lengths. Tony's Holiday third for a sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. The second stakes winner on the card for Rosie Napravnik, 6 furlongs in 1:10.3. The second start for Divine Beauty, who was a maiden winner at Churchill Downs in September. The filly by Divine Park was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Brereton C. Jones. Trained by Larry Jones, Divine Beauty has earned $57,000. The former Kentucky governor and his trainer going for a juvenile stakes double at Fairgrounds with Albano, the 3-2 favorite in the Sugar Bowl Stakes. Again, here's John G. Dooley.
The Cajun Cat leads them as they enter the turn. The Cajun Cat with Albano right at his side. 3 furlongs to go. Albano now takes a run at the Cajun Cat, and they're level more or less as they come toward the quarter pole. Be Well now is angled out to the 3 path. Then My Case Sarah and Joe Dini is last to make the top of the fairground stretch where Albano strikes the front. Half mile, 46 2/5 seconds. 3/16 to go. It's Albano. It's a short lead. Toward the inside, the Cajun Cat steadied off of Albano's heels. Deep in the final furlong now. Be Well charging after Albano. The Cajun Cat is third. Inside the final 16th, it's Albano for Kerwin Clark. Albano. Albano holds firm. Albano to win it from Be Well to Cajun Cat.
The favorite Albano cruises home by 1.25 lengths over Be Well. Kerwin Clark aboard the Keeneland Sales graduate in 1:11.2. The second stakes winning 2-year-old on the card for owner breeder Brereton C. Jones and trainer Larry Jones. Third in his debut at Churchill Downs, Albano broke his maiden second asking at Fairgrounds. The Kentucky-bred colt by Istan is a half-brother to multiple graded stakes winner Mark Valesky. Albano has earned $58,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year. To Sunland Park for the Riley Allison Futurity. Rebranded the 6-5 favorite, Robert Geller picks up the call.
Racing to the half mile together, it's El Sono on the inside, given a breather. Alongside is the Tom Squad. 2.5 away, rebranded now in striking range, and on the inside is Cloud Harbor. They've come well clear. 5 lengths away is Lawley's Goal, and last is I'm a Happy Strike. On the rails, El Sono, the outside, the Tom Squad, and only a length and a half away. Rebranded coming after them with every stride, and Rebranded about to consume them on the outside. It's the Tom Squad joined by Rebranded. Back on the rails is El Sono, and from the back, Lawley's Gold is running past Cloud Harbor. 3 across the track. Rebranded on the extreme outside, joining the Tom Squad. El Sono's fighting tooth and nail. In behind them is Lawley's Gold running on, but Rebranded has taken a long time to overhaul them. And in fact, back in the hunt, El Sono on the inside. El Sono, the Tom Squad, Rebranded. Lawley's Gold a chance. Any one of the 4, Rebranded drifting out led. Lawley's Gold racing ungenerously in the center, but Rebranded will come away and win. And Rebranded takes the rally, Allison, by a length and a half to Lawley's Gold.
The heavy favorite, Rebranded by WinStar Farm stallion Tis Now, breaks his maiden by 2 lengths over long shot Lawley's Goal. Rye Eichelberry aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:38 3. After placing in 2 of 4 maiden races in the East for Newtown Enterstud and Todd Pletcher, Rebranded was purchased privately by Tony Pennington for a reported $150,000 and sent to Sunland Park's leading trainer, Justin Evans. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Mount Brilliant Farm and Ranch. Rebranded has earned nearly $85,000. Rebranded paid $460 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Coming up, another Derby prospect for Shug McGahee. Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Gulfstream Park for 2-year-olds and the Grade 3 Dania Beat Stakes on turf. Request the 5-2 favorite. Here's the call by Larry Colmus.
They're racing in the Dania Beach. And it's Yes, I'm Lucky. Fast out of the gate. He's in front. And there goes Bon Accord now. And Bon Accord's going to grab the lead right away and take over going into the turn. Bon Accord clears and opens up a 2-length lead on Yes, I'm Lucky. And then it's He's in front, third to the outside, followed by Here's Johnny in fourth. Request races inside of Capo Cat on the first turn, and they are 6 lengths off the lead. 2.5 more to Imagine That Mom, Mr. Speaker on the outside, and Pleven is last, racing 11 lengths off the top. 23-3 the first quarter. Bon Accord the leader, a half a length. Yes, I'm Lucky pressing on the outside second. Here's Johnny is third. He's in front, goes up on the far outside. These 4 take close order. Request is 3.5 lengths off of them. Mr. Speaker begins to gain ground quickly up the rail as Cabo Cat drops back. Then Imagine That Mom, and Pleven is still at the back of the field after a 47-2 half mile. Into the turn, and Bon Accord is the leader, 3/4 of a length. Yes, I'm Lucky. Here's Johnny on the outside. Then He's in front. Mr. Speaker's traveling well and saving all the ground. Cabo Cat now getting back into it on the far outside and sent along. Then Imagine That Mom, Request and Pleven. They're into the stretch. Bon Accord, Yes, I'm Lucky. Here's Johnny on the outside. Mr. Speaker trying to squeeze through at the fence. And here's Cabo Cat on the far outside. Mr. Speaker got through. Yes, I'm Lucky. Cabo Cat on the outside. But Mr. Speaker and Jose Lezcano pull away in the Dania Beach over Cabo Cat.
10-1, Mr. Speaker drives through along the rail to defeat 37-1 Cabo Cat by 2 3/4 lengths. Jose Lezcano, the winning jockey, in 136-3. Mr. Speaker has won his last 2 starts on turf, but trainer Shug McGahee plans for the regally bred colt to make his first start on dirt in the Grade 3 Holy Bull Stakes. The colt by Pulpit, out of an unbridled daughter of undefeated champion Personal Ensign, was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Phipps Stable, the co-breeder and co-owner of 2013 Kentucky Derby winner Orb. Mr. Speaker has earned nearly $120,000. Jose Lezcano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. We'll have the Grade 1 Malibu Stakes and the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes from opening day at Santa Anita, along with graded stakes action from Calder and Gulfstream Park next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Acti Staten, Adena Springs, Ashford Stud, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lanes Veterinary Pharmacy, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, built Ford tough for over 60 years, Quillen Leather and Tack, Sally Horse Fans, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.